Gergo here with another Gergo Print 3D video. This time about the 5-inch Sovol Clipper screen that comes with the SVO7 and SVO7 Plus and can also be bought separately for the SVO6 and SVO6 Plus. If you haven't yet, please watch my previous video on how I added Clipper to my SVO6 Plus. Some of you noticed my custom settings on the temperature page and asked how to add those. See, I added preheat buttons for all the different materials I tend to print. And they are not even the same on my two printers. Since I keep a 0.6mm nozzle on my SVO6 Plus, nozzle temperatures are a bit different there. By the way, I made a video on the 0.6mm upgrade. Feel free to go back to it if you are interested. But all this is coming in next week's video. Because, first things first, before showing you the steps to modify your printer, I will help you make a complete image backup of your software that can be restored if you ever change your mind or if anything goes wrong. So, this video is about making the backup. Because personalization like this is a little bit more complex than just adding a few lines to our Clipper CFG, which would normally be backed up automatically. For the temperature panel customization, we will have to adjust some configuration and panel scripts, which are not even accessible from the Mainsail interface. And if we make a mistake, we can break the functionality of the Clipper screen or even lock ourselves out of the system. That's why we need a fail-safe backup. The operating system and all its settings are stored on these little 8GB eMMC memory cards inside the Clipper screen. Backup is easy though. We can simply copy the full content of this module to our computer. When a backup like this is restored, it will return our printer to the exact state it was at the time of the backup, including firmware, configurations, and even settings. So, it's just good practice to create backups before tinkering, applying firmware updates, or whenever we are generally happy with our setup. With the necessary tools, it is very quick and easy to do. And the necessary tool is this eMMC reader that you can get for $6–7 on AliExpress. I put all the links in the description of this video as usual, but also on my website at bubble.dynologics.eu/Cura. Here you can see some AliExpress links to sellers of this $6 eMMC adapter, and I even put a couple of links to a spare 8GB eMMC card, which is not strictly necessary, but you can pick one up for around $20 and it can save you in case of even a hardware failure. But for just the backup, you'll only need the $6 adapter. When you scroll down for the video description, please also click the like and subscribe buttons there. It would mean a lot to the success of this channel if you did. So this is how the reader looks in real life. I actually printed a housing for it. Follow this link to the STL model. Pick the variant with the fin, which prevents inserting the eMMC backwards. With all this ready, let's disconnect the cables and dismount the Clipper screen from the printer. Next, we remove the back of the Clipper screen. If you still have the original back, I highly recommend upgrading to the one with the cooling fan. Watch my video on the topic. Notice I've since added a step-down converter for the 24-volt cooling fan. At half the speed, it still provides enough airflow to keep the screen cool, but it is almost completely silent now. These adjustable step-down converters are less than $1 if you buy a handful of them. And they come handy in all kinds of applications. Make sure to ground yourself before touching the insides. Using a small Phillips screwdriver, such as the one that came with your printer, remove the two small screws holding the eMMC card. Connect it to the USB adapter facing away from the Type A plug. On your Windows computer, download and install Win32 Disk Imager from its SourceForge page. The installer is under Files, Archive. Plug in the USB adapter with the eMMC card in it. As you do, a number of Explorer windows might pop up, and you might even get prompts to format some of the mounted partitions. Be sure to cancel all format dialogues, don't format anything, and close any Explorer windows. You'll notice the device dropdown in Win32 Disk Imager now shows the drive letter assigned to the USB adapter. If it does, we are on the right track. So, press this browse icon to set a destination image file. Give it a name that you can identify later. Now, click on the read button to start the backup process. Depending on your USB speeds, it will take 3-4 minutes. You'll see the file it creates is 8 GB in size, but it is highly compressible, so I recommend compressing it using WinZip or RAR to around 1.5 GB. This is especially practical if you're planning to keep multiple backups. Anyway, we now have the backup, so we are ready for next week when I show you how to start modifying your Klipper screen's preheat buttons with the serenity and confidence that anything we do can now easily be reversed. How? Just extract the backup file if you compressed it, select the image file in Win32 Disk Imager, and click the right button this time to restore the image onto your eMMC card. Be careful though, because this of course will overwrite anything you changed on the eMMC since the last backup. Tip: nothing stops you from making a backup of your eMMC before restoring an earlier backup. What a peace of mind to have a way back after any mishap or accidental corruption. If videos like this give you value, please support this channel by using my affiliate links in the description and of course liking and subscribing below. And let's keep the conversation going in the comments. Feel free to check my earlier videos. You'll see I respond meaningfully to each and every comment my videos get. What's left? After backup or restore, properly eject the USB adapter from Windows, unplug USB, remove the eMMC card, and insert it back into your Klipper screen. Be mindful of the orientation. And don't forget the 2 little screws. The way the screen is oriented on the printer, the eMMC card could come loose if not held by these little screws. Secure the back in place and mount the screen on your printer. If you opted for the locking knobs like I did, don't forget to add those too. They are included in my Klipper Screen STL project. They stop the screen from accidentally sliding out of the bracket. Plug back your power, USB and webcam if you have one, and you are back in the saddle to go print 3D.